Yes, Kenya. Tamu sana, tamu sana, tamu sana, yes. Justin Muturi, Speaker of the National Assembly, was speaking today in Kericho, and he made some remarks that can pass as a bombshell on the church. So in this video, I want us to listen in very keenly to Justin Muturi, after which I'll explain why I believe Justin Muturi has unknowingly dropped a bombshell on the church. Listen into this.
You know, it is wrong for President Uhuru to wait for tarehe 9 aende mapumziko kabla kuelezea wa Kenya what went wrong between him and William Ruto. Kenyans deserve to be told. Kwani iko namna gani? Hata kwa Bishop utaniruhusu tu. Kwa sababu mimi hii mambo imenikera sana. In January 2020, I took trouble nikaenda kutafuta the immediate former cardinal wa Catholic Church, John Jue. Nikamwelezea hii mambo inanikera. Kuona yale yanatendeka kati ya hao wawili na marafiki zangu. Please, can you go and get other senior church leaders particularly? Mwende tu kwa sababu mwende muongee na wao. Labda watawaelezea what went wrong. Paka wa leo, I've never gotten an answer. They tried. Bishop, I'm aware they tried. Oh, you are there, Dr. Lagat? You see? So you see, kwa hivyo mimi nikizungumza yale nasema hapa Kericho. At least I have a witness. Eh? I made an effort to say, please, go and find out what went wrong between these two brothers. I have asked President Uhuru, what is it that you are deputed to you? Kwa sababu, huwezi kusema ati alianza kukampeni mapema, hiyo si makosa. Mimi tulianza kufanyia yeye kampeni mapema sana. Kabla 2013. Huyo. Wakati Kibaki bado alikuwa rais. Kibaki hakukasirika.
Yes. Listening to Justin Muturi, I'm hearing Justin Muturi trying to say he did all he could to broker a truce between Uhuru and William Ruto. And he went to some extreme lengths to even involve some church ministers, and we are hearing him mentioning the name of former Catholic Archbishop John Jue the Cardinal. Yes, that's what I'm hearing Justin Muturi trying to say. And some few months ago, Stanley Livondo actually dropped a bombshell that there was some sinister and ill-motive plans by William Ruto, and even the church was involved in that plan to harm President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. And also during Limuru 2 conference, President Uhuru Kenyatta also made it very clear that some churches were actually being misused by William Ruto. He was giving them money for them to do some kind of monkey businesses. And if you look at the church in Kenya, some church ministers and even the clergy are actually not neutral. They have already taken positions. They are already taking positions. And even we have been hearing some church ministers actually casting William Ruto's opponents. So by Justin Muturi to actually mention the name of John Jue, the cardinal, and also some church ministers, or rather he's also insinuating that some church ministers, I'm seeing clearly that those church ministers, maybe Justin Muturi is trying to mention, I think these were the church ministers that were very sympathetic and supportive of kumi yangu, kumi ya William Ruto. And they would have really expected William Ruto to assume power after Uhuru Kenyatta exits. Justin Muturi is actually just confirming to Kenyans that Cardinal John Njue was part of that plan that wanted Uhuru Kenyatta, not Uhuru, sorry, wanted William Ruto to actually succeed Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. That's something I'm seeing here, because the behavior of some of these church ministers are actually wanting. And for those who are keenly following Cardinal John Njue, when he was still the Archbishop, this man was not talking anything bad about William Ruto and about William Ruto's politics. While all along, we were seeing the church very active in condemning corruption and in condemning some bad governance, John Njue never did that. Justin Muturi is just confirming to Kenyans that John Njue was part of that team, or rather part of the church leaders who wanted very desperately William Ruto to succeed Uhuru Kenyatta. Besides that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm also seeing some things coming out clearly from those remarks by Justin Muturi. I'm seeing Justin Muturi, just like other leaders in Uda and Tangatanga, I'm seeing a people living in denial. They know the truth, but they don't want to accept the truth as it is. He's still asking for Uhuru Kenyatta to explain exactly what happened between him and William Ruto. Uhuru Kenyatta has on several occasions explained exactly why they fell out with William Ruto. He has mentioned about corruption. He has mentioned and talked about William Ruto starting early campaigns. The president has also mentioned about William Ruto actually inciting the youths. All this the president has mentioned and talked about them in broad daylight. Justin Muturi is just trying to live in denial. He knows the truth, but he does not want to accept that truth. And that's also largely the thinking in Uda and Tangatanga supporters. They are still pretending that they don't know what is happening here. And also, if you look at them, Justin Muturi and Ruto supporters, any rationally thinking Kenyan will tell you William Ruto will not win the presidency this year. And that is a reality. Tangatanga leaders and their supporters, they don't want just to accept that reality. But it's very clear that Ruto is actually going to lose this year's presidential election. I know some leaders in Tangatanga, they know that, but they don't want to accept that reality. And then secondly, I'm seeing a Kenya Kwanza brigade who knows clearly that Ruto's political survival just depends on Uhuru Kenyatta's endorsement. And they are still very desperate and waiting for that kind of endorsement. But let me say this, Uda supporters and leaders supporting William Ruto, they should wake up. They should not continue cheating their supporters. Uhuru and William Ruto are done politically. Uhuru has already endorsed Raila Odinga. He can't endorse William Ruto again. Let these leaders wake up. They should not be cheating and maybe entertaining the egos of their supporters. Uhuru and Ruto are done politically. Uhuru cannot endorse Ruto again. And then finally, I'm seeing a Justin Muturi just confirming that all along they have been using the church for political gains. And that's also just similar to what I stated when we were starting. Justin Muturi is just admitting that indeed they have been using the church. And sometimes back we have been seeing the church calling some kind of press statements urging for unity between Uhuru and William Ruto. Justin Muturi is actually confirming that they have actually been behind that push by the church in calling for unity between Uhuru and William Ruto. And I know some of these church leaders are just trying to serve their selfish interest or other personal gains. Otherwise, ladies and gentlemen, let me leave it there for now. In case you've bumped here for the very first time, and so far you have not yet subscribed, kindly subscribe, give this video a like. Thank you, God bless you, God bless Kenya.